Hey guys, so I had a couple hours this morning. I decided to hit some yard sales. I didn't feel like going. The yard sales didn't look that exciting, but I should know by now that's the time to go because that's when you're going to find something awesome. Now, if you've already seen my little short that I put out a couple days ago, you already know what the item is. But anyway, it was super exciting, and it just goes to show that research pays off for sure. But we'll talk about it more as I show you. So I just wanted to show the few little things I got at some of the other yard sales and at that same yard sale. And I will start right now. Now, the first yard sale I had decided to go to was one that it started kind of early. I didn't get as early of a start as I should have, but I decided to go anyway. I had to go to the post office. So I was like, you know what, let's just go and see what they have. Now, what they advertised was a lot of women's clothing and shoes. And since I do sell clothing, I thought, you know what, maybe I will find something. So I pull up. It's kind of a little retirement neighborhood. Not everybody, but there's a lot of, it's centered around a golf course. And so a lot of times the residents are retirement age. But anyway, this blew me away. I pulled up and I saw the clothing, lots of racks of clothing, and I thought, just let me find like one good thing that I can sell on eBay, and then it'll make it worth it having gotten out of bed and coming. And the very first thing I see, no joke, is this dress, and the tag is Johnny Was. Okay, as you can see, I paid $4. It says it, let me show you better. It says it right up top here, Johnny Was. Now, to me, this is kind of like the traditional Johnny Was tag, and I have never found a piece of clothing with this tag on it. This is my very first time. I have sold other Johnny Was pieces, if you've seen my what solds, but they were different lines of Johnny Was. And so this is the first time finding kind of, to me, this traditional Johnny Was. I don't know the exact, I haven't looked up the comp. When I'm editing, I will see if I can find this, and I will put a comp up right here. But very embroidered, very boho. Not what I was expecting to find. Very first thing. First rack I went to, I was just like, okay, I can go home. But I didn't. I kept digging. So I found some more clothes. I'm just going to share these. It rained overnight, and nobody was really expecting that. And I think they either had put their tables out early. Maybe they didn't use tarps or something, or maybe the rainstorm was super early after they had set up, but some of the stuff was kind of wet. But I dug around and I found this pair of men's pants. They are by Kuhl, K-U-H-L, always a brand we like finding around here. These might fit my son or my husband, so we're gonna see whether those get listed or not. But anyway, I think they're a little bit older, just a tiny bit, but it won't matter with Kuhl. So they are pretty damp, so those need to get taken care of. The other wet thing I found in the men's section were this pair of sandals. They are, let me see if I can find, at first I just saw the Vibram sole on the bottom, and I'm like, oh, that's good. And I'm like, well, what are they? And it like took me forever to see the Merrill right here. And then I was like shocked because she charged me $1 for this pair of sandals. They're really good condition. I don't know. Some of the other shoes were like $5 and $10. So for some reason they thought sandals were only worth $1. Again, I'll try to pop up a comp. Those are just very traditional Merrill sandals. Like, I'm not saying tons of money, but definitely better than $1. Then let's see what else. She did have a, you know, kind of like bar racks of clothing, and a lot of it was, you could tell, like an older woman. But then I found out as I was checking out that it was different family members had all kind of contributed to it. So for $1.50, I found this quarter zip little pullover, and the brand is Patagonia. So it's a women's large. It would fit me. So that might be a keeper. I don't know. We shall see. Some of the stuff here I definitely picked up for myself. So I'll look that one up. I don't think it's not wool or anything. It's just polyester. So it might not be worth a ton. I might just keep that one because I like it. Another one I thought I would pick up for myself. Maybe this will inspire me to get on the treadmill. Maybe not. But anyway, the brand is Central Park. I don't know anything about it. But it just looked like a really nice, comfortable kind of workout shirt. I've never heard of it. But it looked like, I don't know. I just kind of liked it. It was only 75 cents. So that might be a keeper. Not a whole, you know, there's a few things in here I was like, oh, maybe my husband will wear this or whatever. So here's another one. There's actually two of these. The brand is Carbon. It's an outdoor kind of hiking brand. I don't know what this is worth, but it is 100% merino wool and it's a size large. It's like just a base layer type thing. And like I said, there was two. I don't know if I'll come across it soon. Oh yeah, I think it was this blue one. Am I right? Yes. Another one, another blue one. So same thing. If my husband wants these, he can have them. Otherwise, he might just say, oh, let's just try to list them. I don't know Carbon, how good that is of a brand for resell, but I will throw some comps up here if I can find anything like it. But generally, good materials like that, I paid $2 a piece on these, you know. So generally, a merino wool base layer is still going to be like, you know, 20 bucks, $25, I would think. So I think if my husband doesn't want them, we could still profit from them. And then I found another Patagonia. This one was $3.50. And this one is a men's. Very similar style to the women's one. And it does have a pull. You can see that pull right there. I'll just see what I can do about that. And anyway, same thing. I think it's just polyester, quarter zip. But again, like, I don't know if my husband would like this one. But men's Patagonia, I think, would tend to do better than women's Patagonia. So if I can get that pull kind of looking halfway decent, then, and if nobody wants it, okay. Then I did pick up one more piece, J. Jill. This I just thought was really pretty. It's a linen blend too, which helps. I will stand up for this one. It's like an open duster cardigan. And I feel like I have sold a J. Jill this style before, but not with this floral design. And I think that'll add a lot to it. It is a size medium. Anyway, it's really pretty. So I, again, will put up a comp if I can find that. And then I looked through the hats. I picked this one up. This is a Prana. It doesn't have a tag or anything inside, but the brand is Prana, and it's kind of cool. And I think I might keep that one, but I don't know. I think she just charged me $2 per hat. And then I picked up these two running hats by Adidas, and they are in really good condition, so we will list those. Okay, and then I think that was all. Nope, one more. There was this Nike Golf. You know what? That's so funny. Oh, maybe I got it for myself. I was like, it's a quarter zip Nike Golf, and I think I like picked it up and put it in my arm, but I don't remember getting it. But you know what? It's probably for me, because Nike, I don't know, Nike Golf, we just kind of are done with Nike. I mean, it can be okay. There's certain things that can be okay, but I don't know. So I think I might have just looked at this as something quarter zip, pullover, black, has me all over it, right? Anyway, I don't even remember buying stuff. So then, I had gone to one yard sale before this, but it was just kid stuff. It was all kid stuff, and I don't buy and sell a whole lot of kids things. But there, as I was on my way there to this women's sale, I saw a sign that had not been advertised in the paper that I had looked at. So I turned around and I went back to this other sale, and I'm so glad I did, because that's where I got the really good thing that I was talking about earlier in my that goes over there. I found the really good thing that I talked about in my short, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So, first thing I found, Zip and Steam. I sold a lot of these recently for pretty good money. This one was only 25 cents. So I do have some others listed. If this is the same size, then I'll just add it to that listing. Anyway, 25 cents. Then this woman had some baggies of jewelry, and she told us we could mix and match and do whatever we wanted. So I went ahead and did that. I pulled out this necklace out of one of the baggies. Now, I just thought it was so unique, right? Acorns. So those are actual acorn caps that are painted. And I'm thinking, I don't know if they're just wooden beads or if those are the actual acorns, because some are big and some are small. So they could be like actual acorns that were painted and then like holes drilled through them. I don't know. Have you seen anything like that? I mean, it's homemade, handmade, or whatever. What do you think? You guys let me know in the comments. I couldn't really find anything exactly like that. But then I also picked up this bolo tie. And the reason I grabbed it is because of the stone on it. And I'm pretty sure it's a jasper. And you can see like with the little fern shaped, I think they call it dendritic jasper. Anyway, I'm still doing research on that. I just have always loved that when there's a design in there. There's some called picture jaspers where the design in it actually looks like a picture of like a landscape jasper, they call it too. It'll look like mountains or whatever. But sometimes there's ones that look like trees. Anyway, now the bottom little ones aren't even exactly the same color. So I don't know if this is just something somebody made. Well, I'm sure it is, but it's just kind of a crafty kind of thing. But anyway, I figured somebody will want that. And I paid $2 per necklace. The other thing I got there was this apron for the Oregon Ducks. I have no idea. Anyway, there are Oregon Duck fans for sure. And then I got this hat. So I got this hat first. This one is Snap. Oh no. Snappies. Okay, so this might not be as good as I thought it was. This one, I was thinking it said Snapper, which is like the lawnmower brand or the whatever, but I think it says Snappies, which is a place. Anyway, not super exciting, but it is mossy oak camouflage. Anyway, okay, but it was only 50 cents. And the other hat that was 50 cents is the exciting one. So, like I said, I did all that research for that last video on top selling baseball caps. And so I had all this newfound information in my head. And so when I looked through the hats, I found this one. It's kind of out of shape. It's a little bit dirty, but it's the Portland Blazers, right? NBA. And then I looked inside and I could see like the NBA little label, which was awesome. And then I saw sports specialties, which is, and then made in the USA. Okay, it's not a snapback, it's a fitted hat. But if you saw my video, sports specialties was the way to go, right? They were like, some of the top selling sports hats were by sports specialties, especially made in the USA. So exciting. So I was like, okay, for sure, I'm going to get that. And there was no prices on them. Well, then I also noticed that it's signed. Okay. So I am thinking what I'm going to do is auction it. So first of all, let me put comps right here. Just regular wool sports specialties, blazers, hats, $75, $100, whatever. You know, it's a little bit dirty. We are not going to clean this one. We are just going to, I'm just going to sell it as is. But it's signed. I don't know if that adds, like, I don't know what that'll do for the listing. So we are going to run an auction, and I think you're seeing this probably Sunday. So we're going to start it Sunday night and we'll run it for a week. So if you're curious about how this hat ends up doing, then stay tuned. Go ahead, subscribe. I do my what solds. And so, you know, the next what sold after the auction runs, I can let you know if it sold, how much it sold for. We did figure out who it is, but see, I know nothing about basketball at all. So we will, it's like Terry Porter or something like that. Anywho, super exciting. Now, and if I had not done that research, it's possible I would have skipped that hat. I don't know. You know, it was made in the USA. It is 100% wool. I knew that much, but having the sports specialties just kind of clinched it. And so I was like, I'm just going to grab that. And it ended up being $1 for those two hats. Super exciting. Then the last place I went to was a place I've been to before, and it was a woman who runs, I don't know if she still runs the estate sales, but she was an estate sale dealer, and at her house, she'll, like, in the summertime, she'll have like several weekends where she does like estate sales at her house, and it's either leftovers from her estate sales or she just buys out estates and just sells the stuff there. But I hadn't been up there yet this year. And so I just was like, you know what, I'll go take a look. So I picked this up. This is delightfully dirty, but it's an Arctic Creole. Okay. And anyway, it's, you know, it's got tarp material and everything inside. So like you catch your fish, I think, and you throw it in there. So it's a Creole, but that's, I don't know, I guess that's the brand. Now, the only thing I could see in comps initially when I was standing there are like there was one that had the name Cabela's on it, or it had the name LL Bean on it, and those were selling for pretty good money. Now, this one is not associated with a big store or anything, but I don't know if that'll matter, and we're just gonna take a chance on how that does. So that's $5, and we'll let you know on that one as well. And then the other odds and ends that I picked up from there is just this kid's book, Marigold Garden. I have not looked this up yet, but the artist is very popular, or the author, Kate Greenaway. And it's just got such pretty little poems and illustrations and things like that. And it's in good shape. It's a vintage book. I paid $3 for that. It was printed in the United States. So just very pretty. I'll see if I can find a comp. If I don't put a comp up, then I didn't find one. And then I don't know, I just love old stuff. 50 cents, Skiers anti-fog cloth. Have no clue. I have no clue. I just buy stuff like this. My husband and I get a kick out of selling stuff like that. So We also, on a similar type thing, I picked up this paperweight. It's from 1953, Amarada Petroleum Corporation, Oil Discovery Day, Williston, North Dakota, April 18th, 1953. It's like lucite or something like that. 50 cents. I don't know anything about it. Oh, and it's got like folded up paper inside. Ooh. It's the formal opening of its office building. Look at that. So cool. Okay, that's just too exciting. Anyway, so you remember we sold that copper mining stuff recently for like $100. I'll put up a screenshot of that. So I don't know. I'm just kind of, I like finding those obscure things, but things that people might have an interest in. Like, what if that guy, you know, what if some guy's dad worked there or something like that? They might want that. And then I got 2 of these. These were $3.50. They are chalkware. And there are 2 identical ones, but I just thought these birds were super cute. Blue and pink. Anyway, the other one is in here. Okay. It scared me there for a second. And then I've got this little pin, brooch kind of thing, stick pin. The chevron are arrows with the rhinestones, and that was only $1. And then they had packed up all these clip-on, screw-on earrings. She had, I think she had tried to sell them individually, but she put them all in a bag for $7. So I see some good stuff in there. There's like this lucite, embedded lucite with like crescent moon shapes floating in it. And then there's these up here. Those do have a little bit of damage. Kind of a very soft plastic clip-on earring, but anyway, I just thought, oh, these little gold tone ones are signed, but my eyes cannot read them. Okay, I will put it up on the screen right now in writing what they are, because, oh, is my loop here? My loop is here. Never mind. I can probably tell you right now. It says Gay Boyer. I have heard of that. Gay Boyer, B-O-Y-E-R. So we will see if those are worth anything. Looks like some other just little acrylic lucite ones, but anyway, $7. Okay, so that was my excitement for the day. I am going to probably work on getting this auction listing started. I'm gonna start it on Sunday, like I said, but we are busy the next couple days and out of town, so I should get the listing done so that the listing can be scheduled to start while we are gone. Okay, super exciting. Stay tuned and let me know in the comments down below if you found anything exciting this weekend while you were outsourcing. Have a great week.